to the Expanding Your Search and Stopping for Directions podcast with Brent Bailey. And at the tech booth, Jody Cook-Bailey and Luke Cardiel. We are growing our circles of connections and knowledge together with encouraging conversations and positive communications. And now, Brent Bailey.
This is the day that the Pilgrims landed at Plymouth Rock, the 18th of December. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Expanding Your Search and Stopping for Directions. And I know that I just impressed my co-hosts over there because they didn't know that that was today. But I'm joined over at the booth right now by Jody and by Luke. And guys,
let's do this.
On this amazing day,
Yeah.
how do you, I know you feel really excited about that, right?
Yeah. But I did think that you were going to say this is the day that the Lord has made.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it's that too, but this is the day that the Pilgrims landed at Plymouth Rock.
Wow. Interesting.
So I can't even imagine what that would have been like.
Have you ever seen Plymouth Rock?
I haven't. Have
It's
you?
a lot smaller than you think it is.
I never. How big? How big are we talking?
I mean, we're talking about the size, big enough. Maybe two people could sit on it at once. It's literally a rock. It's not a boulder. It's not a mountain. It's not a hill. It's like a rock.
Well, I just can't even imagine what they went through to get over here. So, but I wouldn't even want to think about it. But anyway. All right, we have a loaded show for you today. Willie Jolley is here for part 3. That's going to just absolutely impart some really good wisdom for your comeback today. So we have to move fast.
Yes, we're just going to get started on this. Today is National Answer the Telephone Like Buddy the Elf Day.
All right, and so what does that mean?
You know what? I don't even remember.
Remember when he's like, Santa!
I'm probably going to be wrong, but, he just very excited. But I want to extend that because, see, we don't really have a food for today. So what is his favorite food? One of his favorite foods, remember?
Sugar.
Other than
spaghetti.
Spaghetti with
syrup on it, yeah.
Yeah, so
is that how you answer the phone? You sit on a throne of lies.
I would say answer the
Hello,
phone.
your beard smells like beef and cheese.
Yep.
I don't know.
So how do we
of course, we're talking about
it?
Elf with Will Ferrell, for those of you who don't know.
Yes.
Classic Christmas movie.
It is.
All right.
Everybody
It is.
should
It
know.
has
So
become one. All right.
Then, while you're answering the phone, hopefully you have on your ugly Christmas sweater.
That's right. It is today.
It is.
The National
Ugly
Ugly Christmas Sweater Day. And it has that has just absolutely jumped into popularity. That has become one of the most popular things to do, and I'm fairly sure there are ugly Christmas masks.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't
Oh,
seen
sure.
them yet.
If they
But
haven't
yes.
done it, you missed $1 million opportunity.
Yes, absolutely.
So
Yep. So we'll have to look
I did
for
see
those.
the Santa beard ones,
Uh-huh.
but an
You
ugly
sure
Christmas
it was a Santa
sweater.
beard, not a beard that somebody had?
No, it was a red mask with a white long beard on it. So
That's very cool. Yeah. So,
But National Ugly Christmas Sweater Day is today. So here's what we want you to do as you're clicking the share button. Take a picture of yourself in your ugly Christmas sweater and post it.
post it, please.
In the
Post it
comments
on our
below.
page there. Yeah, so
Have you ever done that? Have you ever worn one? I don't have any.
I think I have.
I did because it's not because I called it ugly. I wore it because my parents made me, and it was considered nice.
I think what
Yeah,
I've
back
done,
in the day, the nice sweaters are now the ugly Christmas
Exactly.
sweaters.
Right.
Exactly.
I do believe that our kids have had ugly Christmas sweater day at school before. And what I do is I just do a regular sweater and with like an ornament on it or something, or a couple ornaments. So
I know when
try
I
to
was
do
teaching in Bible college, we used to have right
Yeah,
before the students
you
went
did.
home, and it was a huge event.
Yeah.
It was like a competition, and one of the show guests, Karen Jensen, was the judge.
Yeah.
And she was on the program here, and she was the judge, and it actually turned into a large event. So
Right.
2,000 students or so. Everybody was competing. It was
Yes.
hilarious.
Yes. So those are our days. So enjoy.
Yeah,
This
and I know
season.
that this also brings to the end of our second season. I know that
Yes.
we've actually completed over 100 shows. We want to thank you for the first 2 seasons here. And so here's looking forward to many more seasons of Expanding Your Search and Stopping for Directions. With that being said, that's what's going on around the country today. Let's jump in with Willie Jolley and expand our search. I'm so excited to have for part 3 today our guest, Dr. Willie Jolley, who has just been dropping some real bombs in our life over the last couple of shows, and today is going to be no exception. Dr. Willie Jolley is the author of several international bestsellers, including It Only Takes a Minute to Change Your Life, A Setback is a Setup for a Comeback, Turn Setbacks into Greenbacks. I love that title. It's so great. An Attitude of Excellence. He's also been a contributor with Dr. Stephen Covey for Chicken Soup for the Christian Soul. He has also just written a new book with his wife, Dee, and the book is titled Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last. And I'm so excited to have him back on the program for part 3. Please welcome Dr. Willie Jolley. Hey,
Thank
he's
you
back.
so much.
Man,
Thank you so much, Brent.
It's so good to have you back for show number 3. And we were talking about the comeback, and I could have just sat and listened to you for an hour on this. It's been so good, but just I know that we talked about not panicking, don't participate, don't commiserate, and we left off with talking about don't let pride poison your prosperity, and we ended up saying this is not an indictment against you. It is It is life. And so, so now where are we? Let's move on and keep talking about it.
Yeah. Well, the next thing I want people to do is don't stop thinking about the power and the possibilities of tomorrow. I said that hope in the future gives you power in the present. You must, when you're going through these challenging, difficult times, you must compartmentalize, and that's something you can do. And let me tell you how you could develop it. So what that means is, I'll use an analogy. In the game of golf, the great golfer might be standing at the tee box and hits a shot. And it's looking like it's going, but then a gust of wind comes and blows it over into the woods. Oh my goodness. What do you do now? Well, one eye in this process must be on this present problem. I've got to get out of the woods to get back in the playing field. What's the best way to get out of the woods so I don't mess up a lot of shots doing it? One eye on the present problem, but one eye on winning the tournament. So while don't stop thinking about the power and possibilities of tomorrow, even in the problems of today. So during these pandemic times, it is critically important that you deal with one eye on this situation, paying your bills, keeping afloat, but always have one eye on your bigger, bolder, greater, grander goal. And that's one thing that stops a lot of people in the process of becoming a really proactive during these crisis moments, is that they're not clear on their goal for the future. And so what I'm encouraging people to make sure you have clear goals and dreams that you're trying to achieve before you leave this planet, before your time ends. And so we help you to focus on the goals, whether it's my book. In fact, we did last year, beginning of the year, we did something that this had to be the Lord, because we would do an annual goal setting seminar here in Washington, D.C., and we'd do it at a big hotel or something, and people would come and would participate. But last year, I decided I'm going to do it in a hybrid version, because I just got a feeling that some of the people around the world who follow me, who got my books, can't attend, but they need this information. So we did it live with some people there, but also with it videotape and webcast to people around the world, not knowing that was going to become the new way of doing events, par for the course. So we created this video of helping people set goals. First, the mindset of why you need to set goals. 2, how to set goals, because most people don't set goals because it's hard work. And 2, they don't know how. And so why you do it and how you do it, and get them to do it, and then to find a process and a pattern to keep reviewing it. So if you know your goal clearly, okay, I know where I want to get to for 2021. I've got that now and it's set down on paper. Because see, scripture says, write the vision, make it plain, that he that reads it may run the race. And so you got to write the vision, but you can't write what you don't know. So you've got to write that vision. And so then you're in the tree, you're in the woods, you got to get the ball out. What do? You take one eye on that, get it out, and I got it out with one shot back onto the playing field. Now, let's go win the tournament. Yeah. And that's the goal. And so don't stop thinking about the power and possibilities of tomorrow. Number 5 is be proactive. Be proactive. Don't wait for your ship to come in.
So good.
Don't wait for your ship. You got to swim out to it. You got to get busy during these times. This is not the time to be the ostrich. Okay. Now, the ostrich and the eagle. I have eagles, Brent, all over my office because they remind me to be an eagle, not an ostrich. What do you say? What's the difference? Well, in tough times, an ostrich will stick its head in the ground and it says, wake me when this is over. I don't want to deal with this. The eagle does something very odd. In the midst of the storm, the eagle takes flight and flies right into the face of the storm. And it struggles through the storm. It fights through the storm. And it gets above the storm to a place where it can see the whole environment, the panoramic view. And it says, oh, yes, there's a big problem, crisis right here. Right here. I see it now. I can see it. Oh, but as I look up the road, there's good up the road. There's good up the road. Keep fighting, keep striving, keep working, because there's good up the road. Be proactive. So I'm saying to everybody who's watching right now, who's listening right now, yeah, there's a crisis right here, right now. But there's good up the road. Keep fighting, keep striving, keep moving, keep hitting, because there's good. Be proactive. Next one is be creative. Be creative. Use your skills, your gifts. Everybody got gifts. It's not if you are smart, it's how are you smart. Everybody got a genius. Everybody has some genius. Unfortunately, most people go through life never discovering their genius because they're trying to be somebody else and not what God made them to be, themselves. So you've got some genius. I don't know what it is, but I know you got it. Everybody has it, even the savants. They talk about the people on the autism scale, the savants have genius. I've met people who are autistic who have genius. I met people who could not even talk who were genius. But you've got to be able to find your genius, what God placed in you. So it's not if you're smart, how you're smart. Be creative. Use your skills. Use your abilities to get through this. And the last one, here's the last one. Big one. Be prayerful. In crisis moments, you got to pray. Now, some people don't believe in God. Some people don't believe in prayer. Now, interesting enough, though, I'm writing a new book. And in this new book, I share a study that was recently done. I saw that in the Washington Post, that now even atheists are praying because they see the power of having hope, and that they don't believe they're praying to anybody, but they're praying. So there is something powerful about prayer, but we who believers understand that prayer is not just going out to nothing, to nowhere. It's going to someone who has the capacity and ability to partner with us. It's not he's going to do everything for us. He partners with us. He'll do his part if we're willing to do our part. That's why in the scripture it says, faith without works is dead. That we must take our part and act on it, and then God will take that next part and move our part. He'll take the little and make it much. So that is what I'm encouraging people to do. Pray, and then after you pray, do what my grandmama said. Move your feet. Take action. Put some legs on those prayers. Get busy. Start talking to people. Act on their prayers, because prayer with action creates achievement.
Ooh. Wow. That's so powerful. Now, can I just go back for just a second?
You may go back.
All right,
yes, sir.
Let's go back for a second and talk about that about being creative and finding your genius. What is a practical step there that I can take to find that? Because I myself have seen that amongst people that work for me or people that I've been affiliated with, that they are extremely gifted, but the translation of that doesn't always come out right.
Right. And it happens often. One of the ways I tell people to find their genius and find their goals and find their giftings is to do an exercise. Imagine you went to the doctor today, and the doctor comes back in the room and says, I got good news and bad news. I'll give you the bad news first. You had a very rare illness. It is very rare. And it is an illness that guarantees that 1 year from today, you're going to die. Not a day earlier, not a day later. It's very rare. It can pinpoint when you're going to die. Now, I said that's the bad news. Let me tell you the good news. It's a very rare illness. That illness also guarantees that anything you attempt in the next 364 days, you will achieve. What 10 things would you go after if you knew you could not fail?
Wow.
Write them down and then read them for the next 30 days. What that does is it gets past the muck and the mire of life. Everybody in life has been discouraged somewhere in their life. Whether it's a teacher who told you you didn't have what it takes, whether it's a friend who told you you weren't good enough. Maybe it's a parent who had limited vision for their future. Maybe a parent who was discouraging because they think that they want to keep you from hurt. Let me tell you something about hurt and disappointment. It's part of life. You know, many people say, well, I don't want you to get hurt, so I don't want you to try to do big things. Well, let me let you in on a secret. It's painful either way. If you do nothing with your life, it's painful. You become the next Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos. It's going to be painful. So I say you got to go through pain. Anywho, you might as well go for the gusto. Am I right about it? So we parents. So whoever it is discouraged you and got muck and mire over your goals and dreams that you thought about as a child. No little kid says, "Oh, I want to grow up and do nothing with my life." They want to be an astronaut. They want to be a fireman. They want to be a nurse. They want to be a doctor. They want to be president of the United States. But somewhere over the years, the people have thrown muck and mire over their dreams. And it has been so buried and so covered over that they can't reclaim them. They can't get to them. But when you do this exercise, I only got a year to live, but if I could not fail, what would I try? Well, I want to be that doctor or lawyer or I want to start that company. Or I want to write that book. I thought about it, but I stopped thinking, stopped dreaming. It gets back to that. And then you start using those gifts to get to that goal that you now know. So write that goal down. Write it down on that sheet of paper, that dream, and then start saying which one I'm going to start with. And you cannot fail with what you couldn't fail. What would you do? And so that is why it is critical to use all those creative gifts and skills to start to live your best life. It is a best life out there for you. And so that's what I want to encourage you to do. And I'm encouraging, look, when I'm preaching to people, I'm preaching to me as well. Okay, I'm encouraging me as well as often, and I tell people often, this book, A Setback is Set Up for a Comeback. I believe everybody should have it in their library.
Yeah.
Everybody. Why? Because the principles that are in that book are amazing. Now, I say that saying this to go along with that. I don't consider that I wrote that book. That book didn't come from me. It came through me. And I give God glory for that. Because some of the stuff in that book is so profound. I knew it couldn't come from me. I know it. I'm the half of the class in high school. I was the half of the class in high school that made the top half possible. All right. So I know I was not erudite and scholarly. I was just a singer But God blessed me and said, you will be the instrument I will use to put this out because you have the capacity to be entertaining. You're engaging. You've got those skills. I'm going to put it through you, and millions of people have lives of change. Let me tell you one quick story that always inspires me. I told you I would name one of the top 5 speakers in the world back in 1999. The book came out in 1997, and I was given an award, and they asked me to come to a hotel in Virginia to speak, to receive the award, to speak, and to sign books. Okay, so I go and do it, and I'm signing books, and I notice out of the corner of my eye, there's a gentleman over here with like a workman's uniform, and he just stands there patiently while I'm signing books. I'm signing books for almost an hour. When I finish, the gentleman walks over. He says, I heard you going to be here. I'm from Ethiopia. I come to this country, and I am struggling. Somebody say, get book, a setback is a setup for a comeback. I go get book. I read the book. I read the last page. It changed my life. The book was great, but the last page changed my life. It says on the last page, he was a young man who died in the early 30s after a brief public career had brought him fame in his time and territory. The tragic element of his life story is that after a stunning success, he was falsely accused of a crime that resulted in his imprisonment, trial, and execution. The death penalty was carried out. The end of his life was utter disgrace, humiliation, shame. I would weep as I think of the whole sad and sordid spectacle of this social injustice, except that his name was eventually vindicated. He came back, and his comeback was stunning and spectacular. His honor was restored and elevated. His name today is the most respected and renowned name in the world. We even count the years by the time before his death and the time after his death. His name is Jesus. He is the king of comebacks. The young man said, I read your book. I feel better. But most importantly, I accept Jesus. I accept Jesus. And so I say to people, read the book. It will inspire you. It will empower you. It will encourage you. You go to winwithwillie.com, you can see access to all my books and products. Get the books. Get the bag of books. Get inspired by them. They will get you through these tough times and prepare you for the crisis that's still up the road. There's one up the road. I don't know where it is, where they're coming, how it's going to come. But I do know you live long enough, you will see a crisis come along. And that setback will be the setup. And this setback will be the setup for your greater comebacks over time. I'm excited about life. I wake up every morning and say, God, thank you. I woke up this morning without a chalk outline around my body.
Amen.
It's a good day. Let's get busy, because somebody out there is a big mountain for me to conquer, and it's my time. And I'm encouraging all of you to do the same. Make a decision every morning that this is a great day because you woke up. And now, let's go get busy.
Amen. Folks, this is Dr. Willie Jolley. I have just been so moved and so inspired by these last 3 shows together. We are going to put your information up on the screen. If you'd like to follow along on Facebook or Instagram, there it is on the screen. You can also go to his YouTube channel. And then, again, he mentioned in show number 2, wjspeaks.com/gift. You can go to there and pick that up, or you can go by his website, williejolly.com, and you can pick up some of his stuff there. You can follow along with his videos on social media. I promise you, folks, this is a live wire that we have right here, folks. It's going to really move you to change some things in your life. Dr. Willie, thank you so much for your time over these last 3 days. We appreciate it so much, and we look forward to actually finally meeting you in person one day and shaking your hand, hugging your neck, and we can't wait to see you out there on the road sometime. So,
look, I can't wait till we break some bread together.
That's right,
and get to know each other, and face to face, and again, I'm grateful for my friendship with your father-in-law, Bob Harrison, great man of God and a great friend, a great speaker, and Mr. Increase. And I'm grateful for y'all having me to be a part of this. And remember, the best is still yet to come. Keep the faith, keep moving forward, because there's good up the road.
That's right. All right, folks, that's Dr. Willie Jolley. And now let's stop for directions. For these last 3 shows, we've really been able to talk about a setback. And we've been able to present to you the fact that a comeback is possible. I know that as we approach Christmas and we approach the new year, so many of us are looking forward to 2021 being what 2020 was supposed to be, a fresh start, a clean start, a brand new year to make the best. And I know as we go in there, some people are facing this new year tired. They're facing this new year worn out. They're facing this new year with skepticism in their life, and they're not really sure if they have what it takes to come back. But I want to say to you today that you're not expected to have the strength to do this. You're expected to walk in the purpose that God has for your life. That means that God is your strength for the comeback. Habakkuk says in chapter 3, verse 19, "The sovereign Lord is my strength. He makes me as sure-footed as a deer and able to tread upon the heights." The Bible also says that the joy of the Lord is our strength. Well, what gives God joy? Or what gives him pleasure? What makes him pleased? Well, Hebrews says it's our faith. Without faith, it's impossible to please God or bring him joy. And so I want to say to you today that if you believe that you can come back from this, if you believe God's calling you to do great things, you'll be strengthened because his power will be working within you. You don't have to go and do all the impossible. That's his job. Your job for 2021 is to believe that God is going to do it in you, for you, and through you. And I promise you'll come back. That's going to wrap it up for the show today. I'm so grateful to Jody and Luke for another great podcast. And I'm so grateful to our guest, Dr. Willie Jolley, who absolutely brought so much truth to what he was saying today and into our lives. That's going to wrap it up for season 2 of Expanding Your Search and Stopping for Directions. We will be back for season 3. You don't want to miss it. We're going to have more great guests, more great shows, and that's coming up in the near future. For Jody and for Luke, I want to say Merry Christmas, and we hope you found what you were looking for as you took the time to expand your search and stop for directions. Have a great day, everybody.
Thanks for joining us today. Connect with us on @expandingyoursearch on Facebook and Instagram and @expandingsearch on Twitter. Relive any of our episodes on YouTube. We're available wherever podcasts are found, including Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. You can also download the Direction Ministries app on iOS, Android, Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire. Take some time today to expand your search and